Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and in this video, there's a topic I wanted to talk about in relation to artifacts and accessories and all that. And I actually had this video planned for a little bit because I have an infographic that I'm going to show you for a section that I produced on our website. And I think it's actually changed a lot in the last week or so because of the addition of the Sand Devils Necropolis being added to the game, and how oil and ascending artifacts and gear is really going to change the different things that we got to pay attention for when we are acquiring new pieces for our account and trying to manage not getting too full, and how picky we should be, and all of that. So that is the type of stuff that we're going to tackle in this video. But real quick, we are going to talk about something I'm excited about, which is game development and Southern New Hampshire University. First, a quick shout out and thank you to Southern New Hampshire University for sponsoring this video to talk about a path of getting into being educated in game development. Now, this is actually something that I'm personally interested in, as it's my goal to someday be part of developing an actual game. And one of my favorite entry-level type games recently was Vampire Survivors, which I even covered here on my channel. Had a blast playing that from start to finish, and I think it would be an awesome experience to actually be part of developing something like that. So if gathering the knowledge to do something in the gaming industry is appealing to you, then Southern New Hampshire University has provided this QR code and a link for you to check it out, which I will provide for you down below. Now, in their game development program, you'll learn how to create realistic, dynamic gameplay experiences with game AI, game physics, 2D and 3D graphics, and interface design. You'll also learn computer programming languages like C++, C#, and Java, while gaining the skills necessary for 3D modeling and texturing with game art software. Also, in that link down below that I provided for you, you can see what the current average salary is for a programmer and request free information about the program. Now, when you do so, when you request that information, a real, actual person will hop on a call to discuss how the program can benefit you personally, which means it only takes one click to find your calling. Huge thank you to Southern New Hampshire University. And now let's get back to the video. Alrighty, so first of all, I want to talk about the cost analysis and the different chances of upgrading and how that affects your silver and all of that. So again, I will have the link down below if you want to be able to pull this up whenever you would like to take a look. As over on the website, it is got the image with a text breakdown below, but I've got to update that now with the addition of oil, like I said before. But yeah, on that chart, there's going to be a few different things that I want to talk about and make sure that you are in the loop on. So there is a massive difference between 5-star gear and 6-star gear, as I'm sure a lot of you are aware of, but it is actually a pretty big difference. You've got right here the 1.3 million versus about 1.8 million on just your top gear pieces like the weapons and shields and stuff. On upgrading them to 16, it's going to be a big price difference. But a lot of people don't even realize that there is a massive difference between artifacts and accessories. So up top here is artifacts, and down below is accessories. You can see on the accessories, a 5-star, even just a 5-star, is over 2 million, and then a 6-star is going to be consistently almost 2.7 million for one piece on an accessory. That's like a ring, amulet, and a banner. They are much more expensive than your top pieces in the artifacts. And I think a reason that this ends up occurring is when you're building a hero and you've got, like, this is your hero, this is the gear slots. You've got the 1, 2, 3 pieces of artifacts, then you've got the 4, 5, 6, and that's still artifacts. And then down here, you have the 1, 2, 3 in accessories. So you have twice as many top pieces in artifacts as you do compared to accessories. So that is why they cost more, is because you don't have to upgrade them as often, or at least that's probably the justification from Plarium's end. And this is designed to show you the average expected cost. So like when you're upgrading a 6-star accuracy banner, as you see down here, the average cost is going to be about 2.6, 2.7 million. Now you can get really lucky and spend 2.1 million, or you can get really unfortunate and spend like 3.4 million when you just can't hit those level 13, 14, 15, 16 upgrades, because you see over here on the right side, the chance is going to continually go down all the way to 5% at level 16. So you can see that when those prices ramp up and you're at a 5% chance, there can be a lot of RNG and you can really have a rough time spending a lot of silver. That is why people struggle so much with silver, especially when they're in the early and that mid-game phase when they're trying to build so many teams. You're trying to build teams for faction wars and all these different secret rooms and all your different Hydra compositions and tag team arena, and that silver just burns as fast as you can get it. So I just wanted you to have some context around the different prices and how they scale. But another thing that I wanted to mention quick, and why I'm kind of redoing this video, I'd already recorded this a little bit ago, but with the addition of the Sand Devil's Necropolis, artifacts and all the ascending mechanics around the oil and stuff is really going to change how we look at being picky and keeping things on our account. It used to be if something rolls flat stats or it's not at least a 6-star epic or a 5-star legendary, once people are starting to get towards like the end of the mid game and early part of end game, that's kind of the parameters that were really popular. But now that could possibly change, especially in certain builds and certain situations. I'm actually going to bring on Smiley to talk about this because Smiley has a lot of experience in Platinum Arena and min-maxing teams as best as possible because you have to go against some of the other best players in the game. And I think he has a lot of fun perspectives to share, and he is kind of alarmed with the way the game is going to change around this new dungeon. So I want to bring him on to give some nuance in that. But some of the gist of why this ends up being such a big deal is that you'll end up having a champion here like Lysandra, and you'll see I've got Lysandra really prioritizing speed. I've got her up at 352 speed. Well, on things like a boot, when I go to ascend this piece, if I don't hit speed on that main stat, well, that's going to be a huge deal. When you're up at over 350, 360, 370 speed, every single point of speed is insanely difficult to get. So missing out on that huge bonus from ascending the artifact with the oil is going to be a massive decrease to your speed. So now you almost got to go back to like the campaign and farm 6-star common boots that roll speed via stage 6 in the campaign, and then just kind of farm up enough oil to roll it enough times to finally have one hit speed. Because getting that extra speed, if I could get my Lysandra from like 350 something to 365, that is a huge deal when you're trying to compete somewhere like Tag Team Arena, especially in a team that is designed to go first. So what this means when you are managing the gear on your account, especially your speed boots and things like that that really need to hit big numbers, maybe like a resistance chest or an accuracy chest, crit damage gloves, something like that, you almost want to be like ascending them once as even a rare piece and see what you kind of hit, because you could really scale some big builds, especially on those bottom pieces where hitting that stat is such a big deal, like on the speed boots like we talked about. So I wanted to get this out there to give you the numbers behind how much it's going to cost to upgrade artifacts, but I also wanted to mention how the oil mechanic is going to change, how that dynamic works, and make sure that you're kind of paying attention if you're really trying to build an arbiter or something as fast as possible, that is something you're really going to need to consider when it comes to the pieces that you're keeping on your account. Whereas maybe there's a piece back in the day that had a really good main stat, but the substats were trash. Well, in a situation like the boots on a fast champion, you might want to reconsider and think about pumping one upgrade of Ascension into it if you are at a stage in your account where you're able to dive into that new dungeon. So yeah, I will continue to work on giving you as much context as I can and lining up more and more perspectives to bring here on the channel. We'll see if we can get Smiley to line up our schedules and make that talk happen pretty soon here. But the main thing I wanted to do was get you this chart, let you know this resource is out there for you to go download if you would like, and have this for whatever resources you'd like to keep in relation to Raid, and let you know that this was out there and we developed this. And that link is down below, like I said earlier in the video, if you want to pull this up on your own time and check it out or save it or whatever. But yeah, that'll do it for me on this one. As always, remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content. I'll see you soon in the next video. Thanks. Peace.